Hello, this is Ticket Paranormal 7 with a commentary on Disney vs. 90s villains, this time on round 12. First up, we have a prologue. Darla Dimple has become a big star and become popular within Caterwaul and Carpenter's faction. I guess that's what's happening. And in Cruella and Medusa's faction,
I've had no time to argue. I tell you, it's got to be done tonight.
they plan to rid of Carpenter and Caterwaul's gang once and for all. And just like what happened with Cruella, Liquid leaves Medusa as well. So yeah. Okay, first fight. Edgar versus Max. Anyway, yeah, the two butlers go head to head in this battle. A few of these fights I might not have a whole lot to say about, but yeah. Other than that, this was really neat that you have two butlers fight each other. And the outcome was a bit unexpected, I guess. Because Max is like many times larger than Edgar, but yeah, makes sense editing-wise. And without Max, that leaves Darla Dimple vulnerable, which leads us to our next fight: Pete versus Darla Dimple. Sorry, I can't talk today. Anyway, Pete decides to take over Darla's spotlight and show, but Dimple's not willing to give up without a fight. And so far, it seems like the cats seem to be liking Pete's show much better than Darla's. Which I can't blame them. I find Darla, like I mentioned before many times, I find Darla Dimple very annoying. Although it's pretty amusing to watch her plans always backfire on her and all. So I figure Pete would win this fight. And now we have a game war, which is basically Jasper, Horace, Snoops, Edgar, Brutus, and Nero versus Carface and his gang and Caterwaul and his gang. I believe that's what it is. And nice using the alley cats from the Aristocats as Caterwaul's gang. Very creative. It's also nice to see the sidekicks all get their own fight. One. Even though we did have that Pain and Panic Potapoi fight back in round 10, but you know what I mean. Okay, now we have Cruella de Vil versus Carface. This is an interesting fight because you're using footage of both villains from both sequel films, because you're using footage of Cruella from Disney's 101 Dalmatians 2 Patch's London Adventure, and you're using some of the Carface from Ought to Go to Heaven 2. So yeah, both sequel movies. Found that pretty interesting. And yeah, that means Carface is out of war. At least for now, because I remember I saw him in the trailer of Part 2, so I'm guessing you'll bring him back. Alright, Madame Medusa versus Caterwaul. Now that they've rid of Darla, Max, and Carface, there's only Caterwaul left to finish off. And Medusa decides to do it herself. Not much to say about this fight other than it was really well edited and well thought out. And that's the end of Caterwaul. Kinda disappointed that he left the war, but it's all good. And that's the end of the Carface Caterwaul fight. Alright, now we have Gantu versus Creed from Titan and E. Nice to see you're using Gantu in the actual storyline, because we only saw him in the Homemade Mission run. Zurg sends Gantu to take out Creed, who they believe is working alongside the Dredge, which they are correct, or something like that. And like I said, Tai Te is an awesome movie, and pretty an interesting character. Like, he is voiced by Nathan Lane, who does the voice of Timon from The Lion King. So I bet it's really hard to get some good fights out of him. Now this fight I have quite a bit to say about. Kaa from Disney's The Jungle Book versus General Woundwort from Watership Down. I'm really glad you're finally using Kaa, because he, along with Shere Khan, are my all-time favorite Disney animal villains. And, as for Woundwort, I wasn't totally familiar with him at first until I saw Watership Down, and I will say the movie was pretty interesting, but just like with Felidae, Watership Down was kind of a brutal, dark film as well. I mean, not as brutal and dark. You see, Watership Down, it was a book, and they made a movie about it, the book, in 1978. And here's what most people are probably wondering if they're not familiar with Woundwort. Like, your Kaa is a python, meaning, couldn't he just swallow the rabbit whole? Well, maybe with any other rabbit, yes, but this is Woundwort you're dealing with. I mean, he's not an ordinary rabbit. He's like a Wolverine in a rabbit's clothing. He's like an ugly, nasty Hitler bunny, I guess is one way to put it. And most people think a movie on rabbits, that shouldn't be too bad, but this movie, that's a different story. I mean, they had a good story, but it was, what I thought, it was horrifying. It was parts of the movie where I thought were kind of scary. I mean, interesting, the movie was voted number 15 in the top 50 all-time best tearjerker movies, or something like that. Because, yeah, parts of the movie, I have to agree, were kind of sad as well. I mean, this rabbit is so vicious, I don't think even Elmer Fudd from Looney Tunes would dare mess with this. You know, that would be an interesting fight if someone could make that. A fight between Woundwort and Elmer Fudd, just for kicks. Because I would like to see Fudd's reaction with this rabbit. And interesting that, I know that in the movie Watership Down, Woundwort doesn't die, I don't think. So you used the scene of one of his soldiers getting killed by the dog as Woundwort's death scene. So yeah. Glad to see Kaa wins. And finally, we have Yzma versus Gnorga from the Troll in Central Park. Nice to see you brought back Yzma. I figured you have to, because she still has quite a bit of footage. And that in this case, you're using footage of her from Disney's The Emperor's New Groove 2, Kong's New Groove. And I was kind of wondering when you were ever going to bring in Gnorga, because I remember watching The Troll in Central Park when I was a kid. It's another Dom Blood film. It's not exactly one of my favorites, and Gnorga I don't care for. She's just, yeah, she's not that good of a villain. But I think I would prefer her over Prince Froglet, because, yeah. But just like Froglet, Gnorga's just not that good of a villain, in my opinion. I just feel sorry for Kronk when he has to use this spectacle. But see, like, this is what I mean about Gnorga. I mean, she rides a tricycle and carrying a sword. I mean, how unusual is that? And even Yzma is embarrassed to see this. I mean, seriously, this is the kind of person I have to deal with? But it makes sense you got these two to fight, because they're both old, ugly women, I guess is one way to put it. Well, Gnorga's a troll, so yeah. Nice fight, though. And now, to the epic log, where we have a Disney villain roll call. We have Judge Claw Frollo, Maleficent, Diablo, Yzma, Kronk, Captain Hook, Ratcliffe and Percy, Lyle T. Rourke, that's his full name in case y'all didn't know, Gaston and LeFou, and Lady Tremaine and Lucifer, who has a higher ranking now to Camp Mansley, due to Mansley's horror, I guess. And Camp Mansley decides just to leave the group, but on the way he meets an old man, who, as we all know, is Jafar in his old man disguise. At Zurg's tower, Zurg is getting ready for the dredge.
Soon my Zergatronic Megarang will be fully operational!
And Gantu arrives. Makes perfect sense that Gantu would join with Zurg. They really go together. And the Dredge are preparing to destroy the Earth. And Kent Mansley arrives at the castle, and here's a non-Disney villain we'll call Kent Mansley. Ruber. Rothbart. And then there's the magic mirror. Rasputin with a dash of cologne for that smell. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. I know you use that term as well. Ramses. Tyler. And El Supremo and Messina.
Invasion, defeat, and slavery will follow.
Zigzag. Meets up with Shan Yu. And they tell each other to prepare for battle. And now we have this awesome montage of villains to get ready for the all-time battle. We have Rourke Helga and their soldiers, Shan Yu and the Huns, Frollo and his troops, Ratcliffe and the colonists, Gaston and the angry villagers, Captain Hook and his pirate crew, Maleficent's goons, and Zurg's Hornets on the Disney side. On the non-Disney side, we have Ruber and his Iron Men, Ramesses and the Rebellion, Rasputin and the Dark Forces, El Supremo's terrorists, and Tyler's Lizardmen, who will be the ultimate villain. So yeah, this is where we now begin for the ultimate battle, at least in the next round, which I will comment on, eventually.